When did the Biden impression?
Well, we got so many. Look, we got upstairs jobs. We got downstairs jobs. It's a great question, Will. We got Will. We got Will Compton. We got Will. I went to Compton. I found my first black friend was in Compton. And my second black friend. You're a true American right there. Who just shit my pants?
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know, dude. I did a couple jokes in my act, and then Tony hit me up and was like, change your plans. You got to come to Austin tonight. Shane's sticking around to do Trump. Bring your makeup gal. I bought a new vest. It's go time, baby.
I bought a new vest.
So that was like, he hit you up and he's like, you got to do this tonight.
Bro, I was doing Kill Tony on that Monday, and then the debate happened. And, Trump's like, Joe, your mom is so fat, her blood type's ragu. And Joe's like, you're a sucker. I'm going to lick your sucker. I'm going to suck your liquor. I'm going to see how many licks a chick is at the center of a Tootsie Pop. And then Tony's like, we got to parody this, dude. And again, same thing. You don't know you just don't fucking know what's going to hit. The first Dr. Phil I did on Kill Tony, I hit up Tony. I go, hey, man, I just did this in L.A. I think it would be fun on Kill Tony because he's like known for giving advice. And Tony's like, awesome. Yes. Perfect. Do it. Go crazy on Hans. William will be weird about it. And then I got a new vest. And then, do it. They don't know what we're doing down here. They don't know. They don't get it. And so Tony's a shit, dude. So Tony is I've known him forever, and that's such an added advantage that he was so like receptive to like, yeah, dude, come fucking do it. And we got off stage, and it was really fun. You can feel in the moment at the mothership, and like anything, right? From just how it's going that like, all right, I think this will be okay online. And Tony gets off, it's like, that was fucking unbelievable. And then we did another character. I did this old woman named Elaine, and then when this happened, I think he because we had done a few other characters, he was like, oh shit, I know. We'll use the makeup gal to do it. And she was on her deathbed and she fucking sucked it up. Jen Aspinall, shout out. She came down and fucking Shane was a gangster and stayed in makeup for 2 hours. And, he'd done Trump 3 times and never done Biden. So we're back there trying to help each other out. He's, or at least he's, asking me, he's like, what are you going to do for the face? And I'm like, I'm kind of going to, get the smirk going from trying to do a lot of pointing, hey, this guy over here. Yeah, we got a Jew, we got a white guy, we got a white, we got a black Asian guy. How about it? All types of guys, And then I was just kind of doing the walk, and then he thankfully was like, dude, you got to get the aviators. And so they got those for me last minute, which was, I think, a big time character move.
Yeah.
Just being able to have those to differentiate from my eyes, and then also to be able to take them off and do some, say it to my face, and do a lot of crazy shit. But dude, it was fun. And man, I've said this on stage. Shane and I talked to each other maybe 4 or 5 times at comedy clubs. And, I did Phil when he did New Year's for Kill Tony last year. So we got to shoot the shit a little bit, but we were getting to know each other in character doing that for 2 hours, which is so fucking weird. Like at one point I was like, Shane, this is the most we've ever talked to each other. And he goes, Joe, shut the fuck up. Trader Joe, you fucking get a dice. But yeah, dude, you just kind of go, all right, we're both pros. Like we want each other to win. So you got each other's backs,
right.
But still finding the rapport is always what's a new thing, especially when you're like doing something like that for the first time. But like, he's so fucking funny, dude. So like, just knowing that he was going to be there and come out, it was like, all I got to do is find pockets to like be funny. Right. But a friend of mine was like, dude, you got it easy, man. Like, all you got to do is mumble and stumble. I'm like, dude, that's funny for a minute. Like I'm going to be there for 2 hours. I got to find, by the way, shout out Aaron Rodgers. I went up to him at the second night of MSG. He was tossing footballs into the crowd. I walk up to him. I go, Aaron, big fan. He goes, dude, you're so funny. I go, hey, the vaccine does work. And he just fucking laughed, dude. And I go, hey, stop laughing. It's real. And just stayed in character. And he was like, all right, man. No, it doesn't, man.
It's wild that you guys like went off each other, went back and forth in makeup. Because when you walk out, Shane's face, it's like he saw you for the first time.
Yeah, dude.
He just couldn't hold it in.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And that also makes it hilarious.
Bro, it's got like, Tony just told me like the Brady roast is like the most watched thing this year. And this just surpassed it.
No shit.
Kill Tony is
like 2.5 billion.
This episode?
Yes.
No shit. Yeah, because Kill Tony's been on for 11 years?
Yeah, he was talking about how it's been going.
Do you ever see like this amount of doors opening for you when you decided to do comedy?
No way, man. Dude, you can't even.
I mean, you're a Dr. Phil tour.
Yeah, it's wild.
Which is crazy. And Dr.
Have you guys
Phil
seen any of it?
Hey, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the clips are everywhere.
Dr. Phil, he's the one that said you were the Kill Tony guest of the year, correct?
Yeah.
He gave that whole clip to you.
Yeah. He's When does this come out, by the way?
Next
week.
Tuesday.
Okay, cool. Well, there's some stuff I'll tell you guys off cam, but he's signed off on the show, and like I've talked to him recently, and he's just like, it's real funny, man. You would have known a long time ago if I wasn't cool with this shit,
Yeah.
and he was like, when we first talked, he was like, I got one request. Can you stop kissing me as Bobby Lee, or kissing Bobby Lee as me?
Yeah.
Because I've kissed Bobby Lee twice, and I go, I can't do that, Phil. I go, I know that you're happily married to 48 years, but I also know you love the soft, supple lips of a 50-year-old Korean man. And I swear, he takes a beat, and he goes, oh, we'll be right back. I was like, this guy's funny shit, because he's watching enough, and he's there. Yeah, dude.
Hey,
I mean, that's a fucking bad angle, because that looks like I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it looks like that's our first kiss look. Have you talked to Dr. Phil about coming on and you interviewing
yes,
Dr. Phil?
That's in the works. Yeah,
it's in the works right now.
And so, but I knew my intentions the whole time I was never trying to defame him. It was just all goofy parody, and but you still don't know how someone's going to take being impersonated, right? I've heard from friends that have been on Saturday Night Live that there's been guests that have come on, and my friend or whoever does an amazing impression of them. So it's like, oh, what a great opportunity to do some sort of looking in the mirror sketch or having two McConaughey's, whatever it is.
Right. Yeah.
And the person is like, I don't want any part of that. And you're like, dude, what a bummer. Like, if you can't laugh at yourself. And again, I don't feel like what I'm doing is, I'm not up there being like, women deserve a couple of a light tap from time to, I'm not doing anything like that makes him look bad or I don't pull from, what he actually does in real life. It's just all heightened, and it's still me through all the makeup, but it was the actor strike hit, and after COVID, I just kind of got to a real stale point where it's like, you guys are the same way. It's like, you're just always trying to throw darts, man, and be creative and find ways to, not just make money and support yourself, but like, for me, it's like, if I'm not flexing the creative muscle and like trying to do new shit, like, fuck, what are you doing? Going on stage and doing the same shit every time. That's why I love doing crowd work in between my shows, peppered through, because it just breaks the monotony of straight material, and it's the spontaneity of not knowing what's going to happen. And so when the actor strike was happening, it was like, I don't want to wait around for jobs to happen, and really waiting around to be in other people's shit just runs its course. Yeah. So it was like, all right, I love being on stage. I had went to USC for acting school, and then did a bunch of plays, and and that's why I started doing stand up, because I just like being on stage. And I was like, there's got to be something else I can do. I've been fucking around with Jeremiah Watkins during COVID, doing these like lost Dr. Phil episodes with all his characters. So I kind of honed the character that way. And I was doing these Adam Ray and Friends shows at the Comedy Store, and everyone started kind of doing, I think just around that time, an End Friends show. And I was like, fuck, now I'm just like I'm just doing what everyone's doing,
Right.
And again, that just makes you feel like I'm just like, I got more to bring to the table.
Just and Bill, on the machine.
Totally, dude. And you're like, you got to try like it, but doing a live show, then there's the, always the apprehension of like, oh, like fucking this, the store's my home club. So the staff, like, they're going to be judging me doing something different, and your comic friends in the back watching. You just have to get over that shit. Right. So eventually it was like, who fucking cares if this bombs? You got to try something. And Bill Burr had to cancel the last show. So I knew I had him committed to the, to whatever next show I did. And so I called him up and I was like, Billy, I'm thinking about doing this like live show as Dr. Phil. I don't know what it looks like. It's like a late night show. I'll interview you, maybe do some stand up. And he just couldn't have been quicker to be like, dude, fucking yes, dude, I'm fucking in. That's fucking so funny, dude. Make fun of my anger issues. Say that I got a black wife going on that, And it was like, it crushed. It sold out in a day. And then, so I was like, at least because I wanted to.
That was the first episode.
That was the first one about a year ago. Yeah. Probably about a year ago, a couple weeks ago. And he just ripped. And he and I had a great banter. And he immediately was like, he's like, we're going to do it again. You got to go harder at me. Because I was trying to find
how nervous
Bill's my favorite comic. So I'm like, even though I'm in character and I felt a little more comfy to jab him, I'm still like, I don't want to fucking not be funny in front of him. Yeah. But so I felt pretty good. And then we did it the second time, and it was just like, we started the show and I was like, and he said something and I go, you're such a fucking cocksucker, aren't you? I go, you're an angry guy. You wake up in the morning just wanting to hit something, don't you? And then we just had a much better like rapport. And he's doing it again for the third time in December at the store. But so that like gave immediate eyeballs to it, right? And then it was like, we're talking about Adam Devine. It's like, in this business too, and you guys are great examples of this, you get to do cool shit and work with cool people if you work hard and you fucking be kind, dude. It's really not that tough to not be a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. It's tough to, it's easy to not be a piece of shit and not be a pedophile. You know how easy it is to look at a kid and not go yum 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 yum. It's so easy to not do that, and it's so easy to be kind to people, dude. And then people want to fuck with you. So I start going. I go, Adam Devine, you want to do it? Like Bobby Lee, and I'm quoting Jared from Subway. And then I go, too soon. And so then Bobby and Santino came on. Then Rife. Then then it was like. Now we find some cool combos, Whitney Cummings and Nikki Glazer did it together, which is another cool part about it where you're going, Whitney and Nikki know each other, but they've never been like on a show like that together. So that was a really cool dynamic. Then we had, Rick Glassman's a good buddy of mine and Sal Vulcano and they know each other, but Rick helped me get Dax Shepard. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna have all three of them at the same time. And that's kind of a challenge just to kind of balance the energies. But then that was fun. And then Jelly Roll came by and Pete Holmes and Tiffany Haddish. And now we got, this next one we're doing. The last one we just had was Chris DeStefano and Fortune Feimster and Corolla. And now we got Rob Lowe, Wayne Brady, and Josh Wolf. And then the December one is Bill Burr, Jaleel White, Rob Riggle, and Tony Hawk. Just fucking,
Tony
Hawk. Marry, fuck,
Yeah,
kill,
that's all
kill
time,
fuck,
man.
Marry, fuck, kill, fuck. So you do it Bill Burr once, and did you know right then and there? I was like, okay, I got something here.
I think so. Well, actually, no. I knew it was fun, and and the audience had a good time. So I was like, it's at least. And then the challenge of like, well, now because we just kind of had loose, like, I'll come out and do a monologue, which was like 3 jokes, just kind of, today's show's all about imitation, Webster's Dictionary, and then some sort of thing, and then 3 jokes, and then some crowd work, and then a little quick bit before, and then I had these old sketches that I shot as fake commercials, and it was fun. So then it was the challenge of now let's just make it tighter and better, and then we got rid of the stand-up part because that just ate 20 minutes, and then each show is just like different. Like I randomly met Mark Summers, who used to host Double Dare like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I'm trying to add these extra elements to the show, I'm like, what if like Mark came on and like to end the show, Jeremiah always comes on at the end as a new character. And then he and I get in a fight and that's how the show ends. And then I do like this final thought with a spotlight and piano music, where it's like, well, we learned a lot today, after I beat the shit out of Jeremiah with sound effects and fart noises and whatever in any character. And so I go, what if Mark Summers comes on and we do a Double Dare thing? Just a way to, and so we built all these Double Dare sets, and Jeremiah played the kid, and we had the fucking helmets, and we had people come up, and we had the Double Dare music, and Mark Summers hosted it, and he was hilarious. Yeah, here we go. I mean, he used to be a fucking, Mark Summers used to be so then this is how the fight ends. It's just all the sound effects, and then and Mark Summers,
just over the top.
And we
sound
put sex
effects.
toys in the ball pit, so that's like what you had to. It was like find the flag or the dildo, covered in fucking Double Dare mush. And Mark Summers is like, oh,
Wait, is
Dr.
that you
Phil.
throwing punches?
Oh,
at
then
the
I
end
fucking
there?
then I fucking eat shit for real. Then I get up and I'm like, I'm fine. Everyone starts chatting. I'm like, I'm fine.
When you're finding this character, as you're like working through the process, how hard is it for you to stay in character at all times?
I don't know, man. I mean, fucking.
Too deep of a question?
No, not at all. I mean,
He's like,
I'm
no,
not,
just a bad one.
bro. Somebody just asked me that. I'm not like a. You hear about Tom Hanks got asked that question because it was about when Heath Ledger went so deep with the Joker.
Yeah.
And I think there was like talks that he like wouldn't. There's some actors that like Jim Carrey from Man on the Moon went on set as Andy Kaufman and was like Andy Kaufman the whole time, and apparently it was wild. And then Tom Hanks was like, dude, I'm Forrest Gump, and then I fucking go take a shit, and I'm like, I'm Tom, like I can break it,
Yeah.
But some people have that, and some people need to talk to me in character, whatever. It's man, I'm in and out of it, but I don't know, all the reps with acting and stuff probably at least give me a good base to know how to like. But again, it's still me. But it's like, I guess if you're asking, can I stay in the voice? Yeah, that's pretty easy to maintain. Just because reps are doing it. But yeah, man, no clue. You never know what is going to be a thing that's going to get you more anything. So it's like you have to do it with the intention of like, this is fun, which is truly how it started, and then a challenge, and then like something different. I'll do it once a month just to kind of mix up the monotony of all the other bullshit. And then, dude, I mean, like now it's like, but again, it's something that's opening doors for other shit. It's not, I am not, if I was 3 years into comedy, dude, I'd probably be in full fill right now. And
there's a piece of us hoping.
Well, dude,
is he going to walk through the door as
I'm down to come back and do that for sure because you guys are the shit. But like, if I hadn't found my voice through comedy, because now it's like, all my stand-up shows are packing out because people from Kill Tony and this are like, they're coming to the shows. And
Right.
like all the shows in Zanies this week are sold out. And they would only give me a one-nighter up until about, 2 years ago. And I was like, can I get a weekend? They're like, you just don't move tickets. And now everyone's coming out, and I've been doing stand-up 17 years. So then you go, okay, cool. I'm glad that I stuck with it. So now that like everyone coming is going to get a great show because I'm going to, I'm ready for it.